Hey, Eli here. Today I'm super excited to share with you a product that Zhiyun has sent me. I've been excited to try this product out, and when they reached out to me, they asked me if I'd like to try some of their products. I immediately jumped straight to this one. It's called the C100, and it is like a combo light between like a LED panel and tube light with reflectors or barn doors and like a reflection, and then it also comes with like a diffusion layer. So today I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of it, and then I'm also going to do some like simple headshots with it, like business profile headshots, and then I'm going to do some creative lighting photos with it as well. So my brother is on his way over. He's going to model for me, and yeah, so we'll jump into that at the second half of the video. But the first half, I'm just going to do a run through. I've played with some Zhiyun lights before. I've got a little 60 watt, and then I also picked up I paid myself, the M20C right here. It's like a small little LED panel. The thing I like about Zhiyun is they've come out with some really just innovative like products that are just different. And so I've got all kinds of lights. I got a ton. I do a good amount of business profile headshots in studio and on site. And then I do a lot of weddings where I'm going to implement lights. And I always want them to be small, compact, and ideally battery powered, which these are both battery powered, which is really cool. They're obviously bicolor because they're RGB, so I can kind of dial them in to where I want them. And I just thought it'd be a good combo today to just use both of these and some reflectors, or like whiteboards, just to show you what they're capable of. I've already used them for some restaurant photography. I was photographing some food for a local magazine. Unfortunately, I can't share those images because, yeah, I just can't. They belong to the magazine. So I photographed like bar drinks, bar food, fine dining food, and it was a good rim light, this one right here. And so let's go through the light. It has barn doors on it, which are removable. It also has this like diffusion panel in the front right here, which is removable. If you press, I'm not sure which direction it is, one direction, it will come off, yeah. So if you push towards the battery on the back, right here, this will come off, and you can reveal the panel. So it's a mix of, looks like bicolor and RGB lights. And so let's put that panel back on. It's got some little notches in there. So I'll just slide it back on. I don't think I'd ever use it without that, but it is interesting to know that it does come off if you really want some harsh light. This is a mix of like soft and directional. And so with this diffusion, what it comes with, I'll show you. It comes with a really nice bag. So one thing I love about this company is they give you a really good solid bag to put your stuff in and take it on the go. You've got a power source for DC right here, so you can plug it in. You can also power this off or charge it with USB-C, which it comes with a USB-C cable. This little pocket here, right here. So it's C to C, which I love to see, no pun intended. And it comes with a little manual, which you never use. It's always online. And then it comes with, looks like a little accessory bag and this diffusion layer right here, which we're going to use today. Soften the light. It's really nice to give them that little bit extra diffusion. Putting this on is a little bit of a trick, but I'll show you a tip on how to do it. But yeah, it comes with a really nice bag. So you can power this through. On the side, you've got USB-C and DC in. And this thing will run about an hour, I think, at full power. And it's pretty bright. It's got two dials. They're very sensitive, but they're really nice dials. There are some lights that, you know, they're real premium feeling. So, but they are sensitive. And the controlling of this light, like the interface is a little bit different. You use one dial to go through the settings and the other one to adjust the settings. But this thing has a plethora of settings. It also has an app. It has a bunch of like video options for like, you know, police, all that stuff. The only one I would use is probably the rotating RGB for creative lights. So red, blue, green, and it just cycles through them all the colors. I'll show you that today. It comes with, this was the combo kit, by the way. These are on sale. I got a 10% off coupon. I think during certain times of the year, they'll go on sale as well. But yeah, the 10% off coupon will be down below. You got a 1/4-20 mount to this little clamp here. This is part of the combo, and I recommend this. This is so nice. If you're going to put this up high, which is usually what you're going to use it for, you can just take the clamp off, pull it down, charge the battery, put it back up. You can move it around. It gives you more mounting options. You do have 1/4-20 on both sides, so you can mount it however you want, however you need to. Today, I'm probably going to use a magic arm. This is just a newer magic arm with a super clamp. There's two sizes I bought today. These are like 25 bucks. I'll put a link on Amazon. But they're from Newer, really strong. Like, they're really tough. And they got little notches in there between too. So once you get it there, this is solid, really solid. So think I've got a 6-inch and like a 2-inch or 2-inch, something like that. I don't remember what sizes these are, but I'll put them in the description. So today what I'm going to do is just use those to mount the slide up. And then let's go through the interface. So to turn it on, you're going to press and hold the power button. So tap it once and then hold it. Okay. And then I just put this at 10 or 11% power just to kind of give you an idea of how bright it is. And that's 11%. So let's really quickly, let's put on the diffusion layer so we can see how that works. So the best way I found to put this diffusion layer on is if you find the ends and you put it on with the barn doors closed. It's a little tricky. I'll put it on one side and pull it to the other. Just got to get it over the edges of the little barn doors and then pull it all the way to the edge of them. And then you kind of reach in side and you just open up those barn doors, lay it down, and right about there. One thing I will say about this light is it's not super heavy, but it's dense. I'm not sure the exact weight of it, but it's not something you're going to want to hold up for a long time with your own hands because the back end is full of batteries. And so, yeah, there we go. All right, so there is 11% with diffusion. You can see that light, really nice soft light. So we're going to do some example photos today with it. But yeah, really nice. So what I would use this light for is either, 2 of these for like a rim light for headshots, or any one single one for rim light overhead. I'm going to use it today for headshots with the reflector so you can see what that looks like. And then, just a whiteboard. But yeah, so let's jump into the interface here. You can go through modes. So on the first button, you can adjust your power, and then you can cycle through on the second button to go to the next mode. So we're going to go here at 56K. We're going to drop it all the way down to, or up to 6,500, and then all the way to 2,700. So we've got 2 ends of the spectrum there, and then we drop back to 56 is what I do all my headshots at, but it's nice to be able to adjust for the bar. I would warm it up for bar light, to really get that feel and that vibe. And then we can go through the modes. All right, this is just RGB, so you can pick your saturation that you want and your color. So we're going to go 100% saturation here. Okay, and then we can go to the hue and just dial all the way through, whatever we need. We want to be creative. We want to do some branding. I've done headshots where we've picked the brand's color and put them right behind them, just like that, right there. So pretty cool. And then the next mode, the one I would use would be this one. So I would do headshots, and I just cycle them, just click, click, click away. And for creative stuff, a little bit of atmosphere, and just kind of go at it. And I'd also have a secondary one up here. So I have a mix of 2 different RGBs. I've done that for senior portraits for fun or just band shoots that I've photographed for. So, all right, then there's all kinds of police car. There's a bunch of modes. I'm not going to go through them all. But, if you're a videographer or making a film, you might use those. So yeah, that's a quick rundown of this light. It is, I'm getting tired. It's got some weight to it. So make sure you secure it wherever you put it, that it's a secure place. But it's got a bunch of mounting points, and this, I haven't run the battery out yet at a shoot, and I haven't run it at a whole 100%. So yeah, real premium feeling light. These barn doors do come off if you wanted that, if you wanted more of an open light. But I think this is how I would mostly use it, with this diffusion layer right there. So it looks really clean. So yeah, that's enough about this light. Let's go into this. It's just called the M20C, and just kind of do an overview of that. You just hold the power button and turn it off. Okay, awesome. Set that aside. And this one here is called the 5-ray M20C. This is a light I've been wanting to pick up for a while, and I just picked it up at Adorama. Had a sale where it was the combo kit. It was the same price as the original. I think it was $129. It's battery powered, and it's got a bunch of options for the way you're going to use it. So it comes with a grid, and they're all magnetic, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to pull all these off. So we've got a double layered grid. So if you want really directional light, note this will suck a lot of light out of any source that you use using that grid. It's just going to kill a lot of your power. It's got the barn doors. So the barn doors come off. So if you want, you can go diffusion layer, and then barn doors, or however you want to do it, whatever your goal is. Just make sure you get them on there right. So I would probably run this, most likely I'd go barn doors, then diffusion. And then let's just turn it on. And it has pretty much this very similar interface to the other light. It's just slightly different. So you push once, hold it down, that engages the light. Also has a built-in fan, just in case I guess you're heating up too much. And so we're at 11% here. Nice soft light. And then we can really just like dial that down if we want, you know, to just a little pinpoint light. I'd probably use this mostly as like a background light. So let's go up to 20% right there. And then I can kind of move that around, decide how much light I want on the background. I always use fashion gray pretty much for all my shoots. With the right lighting and, you know, a little bit of post, you can make that background whatever color you want, however cold or warm you want it. And so you just have a lot of options. And just for fun, let's take this light all the way to 100%. If you push the button on the back, it's going to cycle through to 100%. So here it is, 100% on me and behind me. So just a nice little accent light with a lot of options. You know, it's just pretty cool. This came with the little cage that goes on it. So let me turn this light down to 11% so we don't blind the camera, or 10%. And this cage does come off, so you can pull all these off and then remove the cage. It's USB-C powered, comes with a USB-C cable. And again, you could just put this on here, mount it anywhere. The back of this, I don't know if I have anything metal, but the back of this is magnetic. There's two little magnets in here, and so you could, yep, there we go, that's magnetic. So you can see it's not super strong. Maybe that's just because, yeah, whatever I'm attached to. Yeah, there we go. So it's pretty strong. It's just a matter of whatever you're attaching it to. It is strong enough. Everything I own is aluminum. But anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to take this light here. We're going to set it to RGB in one sense, and then for the background light to get some creative shots. Then we're just going to use it as a background light for my subject, which would be my brother, for just some standard headshots. So that's enough about these lights, a little overview, and yeah, let's get into shooting. All right, I'm going to cut to that. We're going to set the studio up, get my brother in here, and we'll show you again just some standard headshots for work, for professionals, and then some creative shots for artists. So, all right, see you in a bit. Okay, so we've got a setup here now. We have, as you can see up here, we've got the C100 on a boom. We're going to put that light just over his head, and we're going to have it come down and kind of feather off. We want to fill his eyes. And we're bouncing it off of a big whiteboard. And then in the background, I've got the smaller light. And so I'm using the app to control everything, which is amazing. So I can set these all at 56K. And then we can color match them or mix them up if we want. So if I want the background a little warmer, a little colder, I can do that. So yeah, let's jump into here. We're going to take some photos. So I'm going to screen record so we can see these real time. They're going to be unedited. So here we go. Take a couple photos. I'm tethered into Lightroom. It is the year of 2024, and what's our month? We're in November 19th, and as of now, tethering just started to work with the R5 II in Lightroom. So we're looking pretty good. We're going to do a test shot here. Awesome. Just do a quick vertical one. Kind of just get your chin up just the tiniest bit. Okay. This is my brother Caleb. We're trying to get him a job. And just a little happier. There we go. Awesome. Looking good. Perfect. So we can see here is we've got his eyes are pretty much filled in here. We've got the light coming down. It's not directly at him, but if we wanted to, we could bring it up a little bit. And then we're bouncing the rest of that light up off of the board here. So go ahead and come forward just a little bit. Okay, right there. And all we're looking for these photos is basically a small circle. Go ahead and back up just a hair, I think, actually, right there. All right, give me a little bit of smile. Perfect. Awesome. And right there, killer. And then I'm just going to do a couple adjustments. I'm looking at the monitor. It's really large, so I can see that his tie needs to be adjusted a little bit here. Tucked behind. Perfect. And then we've got this light back here. I put it on a, the magnets are really strong if you find something metal. So I've kind of just folded these in to give a little bit of a halo around his head. And so I can see from my portraits here that we need to come up just the tiniest bit because I want a little more of his head. It's going to be blocked by his body. So bring that right about there. But everything else looks good. And we don't have too many hot spots. We've got a good fall off on his chin, so that's looking good. All right, there we go. Looking right here. Ready? And 1, 2. And I'm shooting on the Canon R5 II with the adapted Sigma 105 at f2. Perfect. Awesome. And you're trying to get a job, so give me a little bit more smile. Awesome. A little more approachable. There we go. Chin up just the tiniest bit. And when I'm shooting or photographing any subjects, I want to follow just right under their chin line and come out, and to be about that height. He's about my height, so we're looking pretty easy, but if anyone was taller, I'd kind of stand on a box, or if someone's shorter, I'd squat. And one more right there. Awesome. Perfect. I think those are great for just a standard headshot. What we're going to do now is I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to do some colorful lighting for some more artistic work. We're going to change up his outfit and turn him into like an artist. So, all right, here we go. We'll time lapse this part. Okay, so we've got a little bit of atmosphere. I recommend buying this stuff right here. Don't go with the cheap dollar store fog for your fog machine. I'll put the link in the description for Amazon for this. Just, I think it's it's non-toxic, pretty sure. But it stays in the room way longer. So we've got a little bit of atmosphere in here. We don't want too much, just a tiny bit. Actually, I'm going to add a little more just so I get a little more on the background. But we've got an RGB light here rotating. We've got one on the background, and we're going to see what we get out of this. I'm going to add a little bit more fog. All right, looking right here. Perfect. And we're going to go all the way to 1.4 for this. Chin up a little bit. And you can give me a little bit more of that serious look. Okay, what I'm noticing now is I want to get a little bit of that light off of his chest. So I'm going to raise up my key light here. And I'm just feathering it. I want it to come in just enough to catch the side of his face and fill his eye socket. So right about there. But I don't want too much light down here. Okay. All right, looking right here. Chin up a little. Okay. And then just look right into the light with your nose. Point your nose right at it. There we go. Perfect. And then eyes right back here. Bring your nose over a little bit. Chin up a little. There we go. So what we can do is just let this cycle through and just take a bunch of photos with different colors. And it's fun if you want to make a GIF or something, merge them. So we'll do a couple of those really quick. Ready? Looking right here. 1, 2. Ideally, you can do this off of a tripod and you're really steady, but I've used all my tripods at the moment making this video. I'll dial it down a little more. Killer. And then give me a little smile. Perfect. Coming really close. Right about there. Awesome. Cool. So there's like 1,000 ways you could do this to get creative. This atmosphere helps a lot, but it's not necessary, but it does help. And then having these two lights change color. I mean, you could go and you could do like a branding photo where you just have one color in the background, which I've done before. I'll throw a picture in there right now of one that I've done. And yeah, so great light, real fun to use. This thing lasts about an hour at full power, and I haven't gotten it to full power, so I'm really impressed with it. So, and again, that small light, if you put it on something metal, the magnets are actually really strong. So yeah, that's enough for that. And yeah, go check this light out.